Just start out with the staff. I think it's probably yesterday's news now, but we have hired 3 new people and really excited about just the way the entire process went, and certainly really happy about where we've ended up. We've had Bobby Kennedy coming in, Jim Reed, and most recently Chris White. So really pleased that all 3 of those guys accepted our offer and invitation, and just again, very, very enthused about all 3 guys. I think they really will complement our staff really well. I think they're also going to add to our staff based on their backgrounds and their experiences. So we're really happy about that. And the way things will shake out right now offensively, Greg will continue to be our offensive coordinator, obviously. He'll be our quarterback coach as well. Brian Ferentz will stay at the offensive line. DJ Hernandez, who joined us right after New Year, comes in to take Dave Rye's spot, and DJ will work at the tight ends. And then the 2 newest guys, Bobby will work with the wide receivers, and then Chris will handle the running backs and also special teams. I'll get to that in a second. Then defensively, Phil Parker will remain as coordinator and become the defensive backfield coach. We'll have both, Reese Morgan will stay at the defensive line, needless to say. Then both LeVar Woods and Jim Reed will work with the linebackers. We'll pair those guys up together. And Eric Johnson will continue to be the recruiting coordinator and work with the defensive line as well. And then special teams-wise, Chris will coordinate that effort. And then LeVar will be assistant special teams, and Kelvin Bell will continue on as a GA and work with special teams as well. That'll be his primary focus there. So, all in all, I think we're just really happy with the way things have gone, certainly, and we've been through a period of transition, but really enthused about the direction of things, and really enthused about the group of guys that we have here. So that being said, now we turn our attention to our team. It's been good to have guys back on campus. The staff's been back now for a couple weeks, and now we got everybody where they need to be. Able to focus on that a little bit. Chris Doyle and his staff have done a great job with the guys throughout the winter months. Still have a couple more weeks to go up until spring break, and then we'll come back and get into spring ball after that. And just really encouraged by the way the guys are working. Their attitudes have been good. The effort's been good, I think, going back to December, and we'll get on the field at the end of March and be excited about that. And certainly got a little bit more experienced football team than we had a year ago, but I think also we have a lot of young guys that haven't been seen yet that we're eager to see, and just see how they've progressed and see what kind of contributions they can make as well. The last thing, too, I'll just stop real quick, but the last thing, just medically, we have 2 players that won't be out there this spring. I know you probably know about at least one of them. Louis Trinket-Pizzat had surgery after New Year's, and he'll be out, for the spring. And Nolan McMillan also has had surgery, so both those guys will miss spring. We expect both of them to be back. The rehabs are going well, and they should be back full speed in June. And then the other side, and this is kind of a down note, certainly Brad Rogers and Jim Pogge have taken medical red shirts, so they will not be able to continue on with their careers. They both have had some persistent injury issues that I think they both decided it's the best right now that they put a brakes on things. So that's always a tough thing, because I say it every time anybody gets hurt. They come here with high aspirations, high hopes, and wanting to be part of the team, certainly. And it's just it's not an easy transition for guys, so that's disappointing. But it's part of the deal too.
Like what some of these coaches bring in replacing the ones that they're going to be replacing.
Well, it just depends on which position you're looking at. But again, I kind of talked about Jim a little bit. I think his depth of experience and the experiences that he's had as a head coach, a coordinator, an NFL coach, I think are really going to be beneficial to us defensively. And the scheme he's familiar with is not exactly or identical to what we had, and that was okay. That wasn't a requisite in my mind. I think his experiences and just some things that translate, I think, will be really good. And the bottom line is, whether you're an under team, over team, defensively, the fundamentals are still the fundamentals. And then on the offensive side, certainly I think both Chris and Bobby, I think, are going to be great fits with what we do. Bobby has a familiarity level with Greg, certainly, and I think that's going to be an easy transition for him. And Chris has, I think, he's an excellent football coach. He was here this week, and I was just extremely impressed with what he presented to us and some of the drills that he showed us and what have you, both special teams wise and offensively. So I think he'll be a great fit as well. And I think the big thing is that we all, I think, share the common values, and yet they're have some diverse ideas too that are going to be hopefully something we can integrate.